the paid content for the armor Strigith, which is, or Stringith, or however it's supposed to be said. I call it the Strigith, I don't know why. But we're going to go over that gun here, which I already have set up over here. Apart from I did change customizations for it, but the bug I'm on about is the magazine bug. As you guys can see, like, if I go to the the 45 round, it works. I go to the 25, it works. This one gets disappeared, and so does this one. These two do not work. And I'll show you guys that in-game in just a second, but I want to go over what happens with the magazine. So what happens with the magazine for the 60 does not become a 60 anymore. It becomes this, like, not even this. It becomes like a 30 round mag. Like as if it's this one, but it'll look like one of these two. So I'm just testing out some different setups with it, just to find an even better one than what streamers are using now. But let's plop over into a game, and I'll show you guys it's on the Beamer 9000, alright, which is kind of what I'm setting up. But we'll go ahead and head into Plunder here, and we're going to select that class, which you guys know has the 60 round on it, and show you guys what happens. You guys are going to get a blue screen for a second, because I'm going to go into a PlayStation party. I was making sure party chat was prioritized as well, but there we go. So you guys can see we're still in the load screen. It's not like I've done any janky thing to you guys. I literally just searched for a game, went into a party, came back, and it's a load screen, right? So I didn't do any janky stuff. I'm on PlayStation, hence the controller. So yeah, it's nothing like I'm on PC where I can go and like edit files and stuff. If that is even possible. Which I think it is, because there's hackers in the game constantly.
Check weapons and gear. You got time
Warzone.
before deployment.
Well, there we go, Beamer 9000. Same setup as before. I'll show you guys that here in a second when we land down. So if I go over here, you guys can see it's a 30 round mag.
Hostile dropping into the area.
Right.
Watch the skies.
But the actual setup for this gun is supposed to be a 60 round mag, and you guys will see that here in a second. Like right here, see? 60 round mag, 9mm 60 round drum is supposed to be there, but it becomes a 30 rounder, and there's no reload.
Over. Time to see what you've learned.
So yeah, it's bugged at the moment. Now again, it's a bug for this skin, because I found like the 60 round works on anything that's not this skin. So it's something in this skin causing it. And it's only started doing this since the latest update. And to show you guys that, I'm gonna go ahead and make a
Your
another
mission is simple. Secure more cash than the
loadie
enemy.
with that gun in it. Like right here, another one. This is the Cooper as well. I'll show you guys that here in a second. If I go into here, you guys can see it's the Cooper carbine and gunsmith there. 60 round mag. If I use this one, let's just go ahead and jump.
Into the area. Watch
I'm gonna
the
go
skies.
probably around here.
Marking waypoint coordinates.
And that is also a thing that needs to be fixed. If I ping here and then I look down, the ping should go where I pinged it, not where I'm looking down at. That's another thing that needs fixed. But to show you guys, like, see, the 60 round works on this one.
You're being tracked by an enemy team. Tread carefully.
And it's not actually me who's being tracked, it's that dude down there. Yes, I made somewhat of a sniper MP40, but that's fine. There's a guy down here somewhere. Oh, definitely down there as well.
Allied UAV overhead.
But I heard a
Hunt them
gunshot down here somewhere as well.
Allied cluster strike arriving.
Unless my headphones are just being quite, there he is, quite bugged, but that's not the case. I wish the SVT, this scope here, didn't give glint for one reason. It's not really a glint giver. And my fail. We'll shoot him a little bit and go right here, because we all know like everyone's gonna peek again to see if they can shoot back.
Enemy UAV active.
No, that's actually a first. Alright, let's just go ahead and leave. Oh wait, there he is. I'm such a potato right now. Guys, just bag like that, and it's hard to be hit occasionally.
A Nebula 5 bomb has been discovered. Stay alert. Primary
Like a
LZ
snipper, bro.
highlighted. Extract is standing by.
Come peek me, big boy. You know you want to. You already tried it. I mean, he could go around that way, but I doubt it. He peeked from here.
Enemy UAV active.
I'm gonna say he
Tactical
bugged out.
nuke inbound.
We're just gonna say he bugged, and I'm just gonna...
A Nebula 5 bomb has been deployed.
I don't know where it actually got deployed at, but it's fine. We're gonna
Nebula 5
go...
bomb detonation imminent.
I need to go to the far
Stay
right,
clear.
because I need to catch up to my team. But, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that quick, like, you know, bug. It needs a massive fix. Because that should not be a thing, especially on
Nebula
something you
5
pay
bomb has
$20
detonated in the
for.
distance.
Just throw them off a bit occasionally here and there, and they actually won't be able to hit you as much. Come on. When I'm trying to run and slide. Make it hard to be hit, and then they won't be able to hit you as easily. By the way, guys. It's like even go a little
Enemy
higher,
UAV
do this, makes it
Even
easier on
breathe.
you.
You lost the enemy trackers.
Lost enemy trackers. The sprinting needs to be fixed as well, because that should not be doing that and stopping me from sliding. So even if the gun goes down,
Enemy recon drone
see,
in
that
your-
should not do that. I have
Hostile
it on
dropping into
press
the
to
area.
slide,
Watch
but when
the
I press it
skies.
sometimes,
Keep
it'll
your
just
senses
crouch.
sharp. An enemy team is tracking your
See,
location.
like that. And that should not be a thing. He's down below.
Enemy soldier nearby.
Where the hell is this dude at? Oh, he's got to be above me. Yeah, he's above, definitely. He's up here.
Marking waypoint coordinates.
Or he might be below.
Stay alert.
Those
Enemy
blocks.
squad has
Ah,
acquired a
so there
Nebula
they are.
5 bomb.
I got double teamed. Not much I can do there. But anyways, I thought I had the gas grenade, not a flash. Oof. So I'll show you guys that again. I'll go ahead and select the loadie I want. And that's not the only bug either. Let's see if it does the other bug. Sometimes it won't, what do you call it? It won't give you the loadout you select. It'll give you the one you had before. Let's see if it does it.
Allied UAV overhead.
Which is
Hunt them
these
down.
two things happened after the last update is when this started happening. So whatever they done in the last update broke both items. But let's see. Looky there.
Enemy
You guys
UAV
watched that I
active.
selected my
Enemy
loadout,
soldier
and it gave me the
nearby.
loadout I did not
Nebula
have selected.
5 bomb zone has faded. Area is clear.
Said nearby, so that's why I'm checking the door, guys. If you guys heard that, like, enemy nearby, which is let you know, like, someone's parachuting in. But it doesn't always work, right? But I wanted to show you guys, like, I'm using the loadout that everyone says is a
Tactical
laser
nuke
beam.
inbound.
Only thing I changed is the sight. So usually you see a
Enemies
red
in the
dot
area.
sight on this.
Enemy Nebula
But this
5
time I'm
bomb
using a
deployed in
sniper
your
sight.
area. Enemy dropping into
My
the
area.
AO.
I think the nebula bombs need to get removed. Like, I'm sorry, make one truck with it that spawns around the map, or remove it completely. Because right now, you can
A
get
Nebula
infinite
5
of them.
bomb is about to blow.
And
Get out of there.
the other day, I was just testing it because I wanted to see how it actually was. And it was ridiculous, guys. Like, really ridiculous.
Taking hit.
Nebula 5 bomb has detonated in the area.
Uh-huh.
Watch for fallout.
Oh, there's the third one.
Enemy soldier nearby.
Let me go ahead and just reload this. Ah, there's no way. It is quads, and at the moment, quads is kind of broken. Wait, did I just see that correctly? Did I just get killed by another man who landed behind me in a 1v4? And now they're not shooting at each other? Only if I had whips on my fucking streams as well, because I think that should be a ban for all 5 people. That's teaming. Bruh. No. You're teaming with the enemy. And that's big nopey. The only way to fix this, like if I select the Lodi now, you guys can see it's fixed. But the ammo count will not be. If I do this, oh, there's a guy right here. Where the fuck? Bruh, you tried fighting the wrong guy. You landed on the wrong guy. Get out of here, bro.
I will make them pay.
I just wanted to show you guys, like, it is a 30-round mag, but it's supposed to be a 60, right? So, I mean, I'm glad I barely won that gunfight, but to show you guys, like, that is just quite bugged.
Sustaining fire here.
Oh, good job. Don't know how this dude found me.
Allied precision airstrike incoming.
But let's move back over here and grab this. Let's go in here. Now to show you that it's the 60-round mags that are bugged, right? I'll throw the 40s on it. I'll even like double-click the Lodi. You guys can see I double-clicked it.
He's shooting at me. That's one down.
Oof.
Let's do this.
Alright, let's land down over here, just so I can show this off. See, it didn't even change. There we go.
Dropping into the
See,
area.
the 45s work,
skies.
just the 60s don't. So, I mean, I could go with the 45s for now, but the 60s is what people want on the Cooper.
Into the area.
You see that? There's a guy right here. There's actually another guy right here as well. Ah. See, 45 is nowhere near enough, guys. I'm sorry, but that's nowhere near enough. I mean, I did potato a little bit, but come on. Okay, now that is just bullshit. Okay, I'll say maybe the MP7 was point blank on someone, but I'm sorry. 45 is not enough. Like, and I'm not joking about this being a paid-for skin, guys. Hold on, let me just kind of leave the game right quick and show you guys what I mean by it's a paid-for skin. You're paying literally $20 for this skin. I mean, unless you do 1,000 for the battle pass and you save 1,000. And then you pay for, we'll say $10, which is another 1,000, which puts 2,000. You pay for the battle pass, and you complete it, and then you pay like maybe $5, right? Which is 15. But to be honest with you guys, like even then, you're still spending over $20 because you're buying 10, and then you're getting a 5, which is actually 25. But let's put it this way, right? There's skins under the store, but I don't want to go to the area I have every one of mine for certain reasons, but I hope I still can go view the pack when in here. So we're gonna go right here, store. Yeah, it's not gonna pop up there. Alright, will it pop up? I'm trying to think, how can I get this to pop up without showing all my purchases? Because showing your purchases can get you hacked on PlayStation. Like literally, if they can review like your latest purchase, like you go in, you see all the different purchases and it lines them all up, they can be like, oh, this, and this. They can name it off and be like, I'm sorry, I don't got a key for it because I just added money onto the PlayStation and I deleted the email that came in. So I can't get that, but here's the, you know, last 3 purchases, and Activision will go back and look at it and be like, oh, okay, yeah. And then they'll just give your login information to someone that's just trying to hack you. So I can't physically go and show you guys like my last purchases for that reason. And I think, you know, PlayStation shouldn't act on your last purchases, especially in like games like Call of Duty where you get packs and stuff. Because let's say like you get that you're playing on PlayStation and you buy that pack while streaming, and let's say like it does blue screen, so they don't get your card information, but they know what pack you're buying, so they can just go straight to PlayStation like a few days later or a week later, and say that the email got deleted, and then go do that, and then PlayStation will be like, oh, okay, yeah, and then yeah, I mean they do still have to get your name, they still need to get like your PSN, which is not hard to get when you're playing other games, not just COD. So let's say you stream Minecraft, you press that pause button because you got to give privs to someone, or you're pressing it because you're going to go change your skin, and you're happy to do this on stream. Guess what name pops up? Your PSN. Let's talk about Ark, Survival Evolved. You can't hide your name there. Your PSN is there no matter what. So yeah, it's just one of those things. And plus, like, some streamers like to game with their viewers, so they'll give their viewers their PSN just so they can game with them. Like Rainbow Six Siege, you know, there's streamers out there that do that, and go to give that, and because of that, that gives your PSN away. So then, like, anyone who does that can write down your PSN, and then later on, say they work their way into being good friends, so you go on like your first name basis. They write that down. So yeah, it's just one of those things, like they'll get your name, they'll get your PSN, right? Maybe even later they could pretend to be like, hey dude, I'm doing some stream stuff, but I want to do a private stream on YouTube, and I'm gonna need your email. And let's say you're someone who uses only one email. Maybe you didn't create an email for PSN. Maybe you're using your business email onto it because maybe, well, it's the only one you done, you weren't thinking. And let's say you give them that email so that way they can do a private stream. Now they can just write that down. Now there's 3 things of information there that they can easily just go post online. And then hackers could be like, oh, and then gain that information, and then gain the last few purchases you have, and literally just steal your account on PlayStation. Sadly, that's basically what happened to me. Remember the demonic underscore plays YT account I used to be on, guys, for Warframe, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which I bought the $110 version of the game, which I no longer have. I done DayZ on it. I done, I played BO4, but I don't think I ever streamed it. I played, oh my god, I played a lot. I've been on Ark with it, and it's mostly been Ark content, but I've also done Rainbow Six Siege. Just trying to think, like, what all games I've done. I've done, like, a 10-second stream for Rust on it, and that's what got my account hacked the first time, was the Rust part of it. Like, the hacker wanted Rust, blah, blah, blah. But, to be honest, that was game shared to me, for me to try the game, so I didn't really own it. But, yeah, I've done that much content, through the diversity of games, you know, on that account. And you guys remember that one. So that's what happened. It got hacked because, well, one, they got my name because, well, my link to the donation was basically my name. Thank you, PayPal. I couldn't edit or change it. It had to be that. Let's see. I tried changing it through other links, but once you paste it in and go to it, you can easily just click, like, hackers know to do this, but they could click on your donation link again, just not the one at the top address bar, and it would refresh the page with the actual link, and that's how they got my name. They got my email because the email linked to it was basically my PlayStation email, but it also was a business email. So with that said, you know, I used that because of business. Like, if someone, like, donated something, like, hey, I need a refund, blah, 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 they could contact me and let me know like what happened, and then I could debate like refund or not, because like I did say I wouldn't give refunds. But now if someone like typoed, like let's say they wanted to type in 10 and actually added 100, then I would possibly be able to refund them back 90, so that way I got just the $10 donation from them. But something like that. So they got my email through that, and then they got my PSN, just because all the games at the time you could not, apart from Modern Warfare, you could not change your tag to say something different. Like in Modern Warfare here, you guys can see Tartar's in at the top right. That's not the PSN. See, it's hidden there. But it's only hidden through this. If I was to press triangle and go through my friends list, it would actually pop up my gamer tag-ish. But what I'm trying to say is, like, you couldn't do that in other games. So people would get the PlayStation name that way, right? So now they have my real name, the PlayStation name, that. And then I went on stream and showed that I got the, during that time, I got the crossbow that had, like, the skeleton and the spikes. I showed that I got it. And then I showed I got the, the gun that has wings and flies. I showed that I had that. And they literally went to PlayStation saying they lost the, the thing from the email got deleted, and they no longer can get the ID for the purchases, but they named off the purchases, just by me just saying those names, like that and that. They just went into Call of Duty and looked up what the name of the pack was, and then wrote down the name of the pack, and sent that off to PlayStation support, and PlayStation support literally just gave them my login. They're like, oh, here's the email, here's the password, you have access to the account now. Have a good day. And that's not really support. Honestly, they allowed fraud, like, basically pretending to be me, which is identity theft, and that basically is a fraud. I believe at the time I might have had like a card on PlayStation, which means if they spent any of that money, that would be credit card fraud. Okay, so PlayStation, you guys are not that secure. I mean, I even had two-step on the account, right? Which is where you're supposed to bing your phone, and you're supposed to get a code. Yeah, the hackers bypassed that. They just literally said I lost / or either broke my phone, and PlayStation gave them my login. Now, here's the funny part about that, right? The first time it came through, I did get my account back, right? So, and it wasn't because of PlayStation, it's because the hackers like, oh, we wanted Rust, you don't have Rust, we don't like any of the games you have on your account, so you know what, we'll be nice enough to give your account back, because you're also, not cussing us out. Right, because I went in, I'd done that, like, why do you guys do this, blah, 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 but I didn't, like, cuss them out. That said, I went through all that, and they ended up giving my account back, mainly because I guess I was nice to them, and also they just didn't like any of the content that I had on my PlayStation, like Warframe-wise, stuff like that. And then I might have lied to them the first time, because, like, we also got your, level 1000, Call of Duty account, and I told them no, it was on a different account, and they actually believed me, because I guess they were dumb enough not to check. Don't know why they wouldn't, but they're like, oh, okay. They're like, can we get your COD account then? I didn't give them any login, but they still gave me my account back. So I can say the first hackers, okay, fine, they were actually not as bad as the second. Now, the second said he was paid to get to, hack my account. I've actually, like, screenshotted the conversations and sent them to PlayStation, and guess what? They done nothing. Let's also talk about, like, I even called PlayStation, and this is the ironic part, right? When they gave my login to the first hacker, right? Which he told me how he, instead of, like, using hack devices, they got it through PlayStation, just using some, like, specific route through the support system, right? I called them, and the number on file for the two-step was the same number I called them on that they deactivated, right? I even told them, like, hey, this is same number that was on my two-step that you guys deactivated, which you should not have. And yeah, that support agent I called, guess what they done? They just hung up the phone. That's not very good support, PlayStation. That agent should be fired. And you guys should have been immediately contacting me back, because I know you guys record the calls. And I know, like, some calls got to be reviewed, and I know you don't review all of them, but come on, guys. Letting that slip through the cracks, that's a big yikes. I even told her, like, a better way to, you know, make it safer on PlayStation. She said she tried it down and forwarded it to the higher ups, which I guess she'd never done, because PlayStation didn't even enact any actual security after the fact. And then let's move forward. I get hacked the second time, and it's because PlayStation gave my login away and deactivated again the same phone and number I called them on literally a week before. And they deactivate it. Like, how dumb does PlayStation gotta be? They need to start making files for every support call, so that way, like, support call comes in, says they broke the phone. Well, I come back calling to recover my account from being hacked, and it's the same number that is on file for the two-step, right? They write that down, and then another call comes in saying how they lost the phone or can't recover, they don't have the phone to get the number, and they notice they got a call from that number not even a week before, and now they're trying to recover the account again and saying they can't get in. That should already show fraudulent activity, and they should immediately turn it down, being like, I'm sorry, but we cannot help you today, and then just end the call on that person, which is the hackers trying to get into the account. Because if you've literally contacted them on the same number that is on file for the two-step, right? You see where I'm going with this, right, guys? Yeah. And then, like, knowing someone's real name, that shouldn't be proof at all for PlayStation to be like, oh, okay, that's what we're going to use in somewhat of the proving method. Because, let's say you get hacked, right? Like, the first time, yeah, maybe asking for someone's name might be plausible, but the second time is probably not. Because when I got hacked the first time, I had so many different friend accounts that was added by the hacker that I had to go through and delete. I went from 800 friends to 1,200 friends that I had to go manually delete. I couldn't even delete them all that night. I was like, okay, I'll delete as much as I can. I'll go to bed, wake up the next day, and start deleting again. And I was doing that on my phone, right? Deleting, like, all these other friends to the PlayStation app on the phone. Doing all that. And out of nowhere, I decided, like, I'm going to do a stream, take a break from this, and then come back after stream and start deleting more. Yeah, I got hacked again in the middle of my stream, guys. Literally logged out while streaming to you guys, and lost my account for the second time. Yeah, that's when I was hacked for the second time, guys. No. PlayStation is not as safe as users want to believe. I wish this would get out there more to more people. And to be honest, they haven't even enacted security on me, at least. And let's be honest, right? Let's take it back further. The same way they're doing it now is the same way they done it on PlayStation 3. Now, how old is PlayStation 3, right? And then add through PlayStation 4, now going into PlayStation 5, mind you guys, right? How long of a period is that? Tell me how many years. This is known by PlayStation, because it's been going on for this many years. but they never enacted any security. So I have the right at this point to say, like, based off that thesis, that most of these hackers that is doing this is paying PlayStation off. Okay, guys, they're literally paying PlayStation to do nothing and turn the other way. And that's actually illegal to do, because in PlayStation's clause, which is like when you go to log in, that little thing, it pops up saying, like, please read, and these are binding and obey them. Cheating, hacking, all that is literally under the clause of literally like being bannable, and that it's frowned upon. And yet PlayStation does not actually enact on that to fix their security from that. So honestly, guys, if I was friends with someone from Anonymous, right, like an actual like hacker from an Anonymous, I would literally forward this to them and just be like, deal with it in your way, because I know they would actually put their foot down and deal with it, right? I mean, they'd probably DOS the hell out of fucking PlayStation again, and be relentless like they did in the past, till PlayStation actually is like, okay, we'll step up and fix it. But that's something that, you know, does need to come to PlayStation's attention, and they really need to fix. Now I've even like added two-step onto the, you know, Call of Duty stuff. Like when you go in, you make an account there, and it's what accesses all the account stuff. I've added two-step to that. So now when you log in, it's going to ask for the code that goes to a specific application on my phone, and not a text message. I don't think they'll deactivate that unless I can fully prove that it's me, which is good. But also at the same time, I have to make sure I use like credentials that is not me. Meaning, like, you know, you can't go use my real name, you can't go use this, you can't use that. So I have even forgotten the login, and now I can't even recover my own account because of that. And my phone that account was on, you know, they make it now where you have to, like, in that app, you have to, like, take, like, this little, I forget what it's actually called, a barcode, and you have to scan that using your other phone to log in to that exact same account. That's actually very shit, because I didn't even realize that was a thing. I got my free upgrade for my phone, and, you know, I was like, whoop, to that other phone. I literally just deleted everything off of it. They said I can keep my old phone, but I was stupid enough to delete everything off of it, because what I did was handed it to my grandmother for her to get a free upgrade to her phone. So now, like, everything's been deleted off of it, and, you know, when you go to type everything in, it's all her stuff now, nothing of mine. So I can't get that login anymore. And since I'm not able to get that login off that phone, I can't log into Activision support. So I think with the login bits there towards that specific app, they need to make an actual, like, username password login and not a scan login. And anyways, a scan login is not that safe, because a Call of Duty player like myself who knows that now, what if, like, I went out to places like restaurants to eat, and I noticed, like, one owner left their phone on the table, the other one's kind of, like, turned looking out the window? I could easily sneak over, grab that phone, and if they don't have a password, because some people don't run passwords, and I see that they have that app on their phone and I click on it, I can use my phone to now log into their credentials, because all I have to do is scan that barcode. That's not safe at all. Now, granted, if they do have a password, you know, I have to slide that phone back really quickly. But to be honest, like, you know, I'm not trying to promote hacking here, but it's a lot easier to do that. And then gain, like, people's, like, Call of Duty stuff. Like, I could easily go down to a restaurant, find someone who doesn't have a lock on their phone and does Call of Duty and has that app for two-step. I could easily just, whoop, scan their stuff, and then now all I have to do is try to figure out what their Activision login is. Right? and then if I could log in, find a way to deactivate the account that they have, and then activate it on a brand new one, make sure it's not my main account, now I have all their stuff. Everything they paid for, literally by COD, is there. So, right now the security to Call of Duty, because of the way they do their authentication, I think it should be a phone. And then what I think, like, instead of deactivating the phone themselves, they should have to send you a email to deactivate it. So you're the one who has to sit there and click it. So now let's say someone's trying to hack you, and now they get your password and email, right? Like, when I say password and email, I mean, like, for just PlayStation, we'll say. So that way they try to log in, but it prompts them, like, hey, now you need this code that goes to the phone. Now, if they try talking to the representative, that to deactivate that part has to go to your email. So now the only way they can access to hack you on PlayStation is if they have your login information to your email. Because then they have to go click on that link, and then you'll deactivate it, and blah, blah, blah. But if they can't log into your email, they can't hack the system. So then if you're looking at it on your phone and literally it's like, oh, if this is not you, choose to, like, just ignore this, then you should be able to ignore it, and then hackers do not gain access to your account. Right? That's how I feel about that. Now, I do understand, like, let's say PlayStation's in the state it is now. Someone gains access to your account, changes the email on file. Then what PlayStation should do is, instead of using the email that's on file, use the original email, like what created the PlayStation account, to send that reset to, or to send the deactivation of the two-step to, because then they still have to gain access to that email, right? And if they don't have access, that doesn't make them what? The owner. So again, safely right there, right? So if they do gain access, they change the email and the phone number on file, right? Well, if they use the original email to the system to send everything to that created the account, you log into that, you can deactivate the two-step where the hacker tried changing the phone. You'd be able to deactivate the two-step and sign back in. It's literally that simple, guys. Honestly, I think that is how PlayStation should be, and how everything should be. The support agent should not have the authority to deactivate stuff. They should send it and forward the stuff to do so for your account only to your original email. So, I mean, if you guys lost access to that, then, you know, hackers aren't getting it, and you're probably not going to get it if you ever forget the information to log in. But having that go to the original email and then removing access to the people that you're contacting to remove it is much safer. I mean, yes, it's more of a headache because there's more that you have to do, but it would just be safer in general. And you guys can see, like, I'm literally sitting here now talking about that. Now, this account wasn't hacked. I still have all my stuff for it, hence I go to weapons, you know. I do, however, have the new pack. I have, where is it? You know, I've regained this back, right? But I'm not going to go over the most recent purchases. I'll go over the latest well, not latest, outdated purchases, so that way you guys don't get the most recent. I mean, I gave you one most recent because it's one of the new ones, which I'm telling you guys there's a bug for, but I'm not going to give you 3 most recents. I'll give you the one I done, like, literally a while ago, and then I'll give you the one I just did, like, a while ago. It's not even what I paid for today or this week. It's what I paid for, like, maybe a while ago, right? Maybe when it first came out, type deal stuff and all that. But pretty much, guys, I wanted to go over the stuff that the magazine was doing with this. There is another one that I showed you guys as well, which is like the loadout. You select it, you come in, and it doesn't give you the loadout you selected. Even if you selected it before you respawn, it does not give it to you. So I wanted to show you guys that. I think the camo is still the same, meaning like how it works. You apply a camo and it's in the game no matter what. I do think they fixed that, but they broke two other things while doing it. But again, like, I would love for PlayStation just to pick up on this, and if they don't, I hope Activision watches through this point and listens to it, listens how I set the fix to be, and them to implement the fix. And then push off to the app that they use for the two-step, have them, update how the login works, so you can actually start logging in now. Don't make it where it's a function, you have to turn it on or off, make it where it's automatically there, so every account gets it. You just use the email and pass to the account that you created it with, and boom, like, you'd be able to log back in and gain access to all your different, like, stuff again through that app. And I would love for them to contact PlayStation and be like, hey, future games coming, we will not be releasing on your market unless you fix your security. And when PlayStation asks them, like, what do you mean security? Be like, people are getting hacked, same way since PlayStation 3. This is now being blown up to the point where streamers are talking about this now. And we just recently reviewed a streamer that, had this happen just before PS5 came out, which means it's still around. And you guys have done nothing. And he's also talked about how you guys may or may not be receiving payments from these hackers to look the other way. And then at that point, they're going to have to, like, buckle down on that. But I hope, like, it does go towards that with Activision and stuff, so that way, like, everything in the future is more secure. Because I would love to have my demonic_plays_YT account back and my Activision stuff to that account reapplied to that account, and security become even better, so that way I can no longer be hacked on that account. Because I'd actually be on that account right now if it wasn't for getting hacked. Now, people are going to go back and be like, but the account is banned. Yes, it's banned, and I'm the one who got my own account banned. Alright? I literally was talking to the guy on an alt account on PlayStation, and he was like, I'll give your account back for $100. When he done that, I reported it. When he was like, we got your Activision account, I clicked on that and reported it. And then every time he threatened my account, like, oh, you'll never get it back, or I'll just get the account banned by sending nudes, I literally would report that. So with that said, I reported my own account multiple times through the same account because it's multiple messages where he's threatening on my own account, right? So I just got the account banned. But he gained access to my Activision stuff because he logged in before the account was banned, unlinked my Activision account, and relinked it to a brand new PlayStation account. So he gained access to my Activision stuff that way because of that. And that's what I'm saying, like, Activision also needs to tighten up their security. And, this is something that's been going on since, like, the beginning of Modern Warfare, right? At least for what I've known. So with that said, it's been around a little bit too, and they should have more security to securely keep accounts safe. And some people don't like to use two-step, especially for reasons of what I just said, about, like, if you delete stuff off your old phone, toss it, go to this one, you re-download the app, and you go to log in, and it's like, oh, you must use a barcode to log in. Well, I don't get any of my login stuff because of that. I mean, I've tried other ways. I have done an email login, but with that said, I don't get any of my other stuff, meaning the, login stuff to re-log back into Activision, because I've tried, like, going through the email route to do that, and it'll say I've linked to the app, but I don't get any of my old stuff. So with that said, like, I have to use the barcode to, you guys understand. So I can't even gain access to Activision. And right now I feel like that's kind of safe, for the fact of, if I don't have access, they're not going to have access, because I'm pretty sure they're not logged in using the barcode to get the, stuff to log into my account. So, I mean, I will have to go at some point to recover it, and I'm not going to say exactly when, but I will put out a video the day after I do it, so that way, I can, if someone tries to steal my account, I can just go to Activision and be like, look, I was going to do this a day after, put out a video a day after and talk about it, and say that I've regained access, so that way Activision knows it's me, 100% me. And stuff like that, like, doing it through, like, a nice and tight, like, secure way of doing it. So, yeah. With that said, technically, yes, this is kind of ban evasion with me using this account after my other account got banned. But you got to think about it. It got banned because I banned it myself. I literally reported all the threats coming through where the dude gained access to my account and was using my own account to message me. I literally, reported all that and got the account banned. So it was me who banned my own account, technically. So with that said, if I call PlayStation and I'm like, hey, I want my account unbanned and I want my login stuff back, I should be able to get that freely. I mean, yes, on file it says it's banned, and it says it's banned due to, like, all this other stuff, but I easily already contacted PlayStation a week before the second hack, letting them know that they gained access to my account through PlayStation and all this other stuff, and let them know, hey, I still have my phone, and then I get hacked the second time, right? So that tells me they don't have anything for notes to say, like, hey, if anyone contacts another time saying this or that, to pass it on and be like, I'm sorry, but we can't help you, then PlayStation is probably being paid. But, I mean, I hate to go back and reiterate this, even though it's way back in the past, but I should have every right to my account be given back to me and have it unbanned and then the ban removed completely to the point as if it was never banned. Because technically, yes, it was me that got it banned, and technically it's my account, and I got it banned because someone was actually hacked my account through PlayStation, which literally they contacted PlayStation support, and an agent gave them that login. So actually, technically, condoned on the account, the agent who gave my information away should be, fired and sued, while he was also the same one that deactivated the two-step. That literally removed the security off the account, which is supposed to stop people from getting into your account if they hack you. But guess what? It doesn't. It 100% does not. Alright? But to go on and reiterate behind that, both agents that gave my login stuff away should be fired and sued. I should be able to get comp from that because it did affect me personally, because now all the content I bought and paid for, some of it I can never regain back, especially in Warframe with vaulted stuff that may never come back around again. And it's a real life game, meaning, like, if it says it crafts in 48 hours, it's legit 48 hours real time. All that investment I've done in the game, gone. Let's talk about, stuff I paid for, let's say I spent $2,000 on that account. Well, now the hacker got that, and I had to get it banned, right? I'm out $2,000. I spent $2,000, and it was me that done it, but I'm out that. And I have to now go back and spend another $2,000 on a new account to gain all that stuff back. But let's also go over the whole fact of, like, stuff that I can never acquire because it's vaulted. There's things in Warframe and other games that come in one season, and once that season's gone, it's gone. You can no longer get it again. I've lost all that stuff too. So for those two PlayStation agents to forfeit my login should be fired and sued. And then the hackers that they gave my login to, they should go back and refine those chats, find the chats, look at the IP, and literally send the police. Actually, fuck the police. Send the FBI. The feds. Right? That's what I'm saying. That's what they should do. I mean, yes, they could be spoofing their IP, or even have, I forget what it's actually called. I do have one, because it comes now with my antivirus software. It actually comes free with it. It changes your IP, or not really changes it. It just, hides what your IP is and spoofs it to look like another IP from you could be in like London, or you could be in Africa, or all these other different places than what you truly are. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? A VPN. There we go. Right? So I get like there's VPNs out there, but they should be doing something at least to be able to like slow down or stop these hackers, and they're actually not doing that. So yes, again, like I said, this technically could be counted as ban evasion, but I got my own account banned because it was hacked, and I got it banned through the threats that they were sending me on my own account. So technically that's not me, and again, that should be reported to the 2 agents that gave my shit away, banned, fired, and sued again. And then the loss of like obtaining through hackers, right? They should then start stepping up their security and fixing that, and not just for me, but for everyone. Every player out there that comes onto PlayStation, they hop in, they create their account. There's a way to add a credit card, so when you do that, you're thinking you're probably a little safe. Well, I mean, unless you add your credit card, do the fund method where you actually put funds onto your account and then immediately delete your credit card, you're not safe. Again, if they gain access this way, and you're someone who just leaves their card on the fly so they can spend it whenever, now they can fraudulently use your card, pretending to be you because the card is added on your account. And if they have access to your account by changing password, email, the name on the account, so that way like it's harder for you to recover, or they feel like you don't know how to recover it, so that way there's no gaining that back, you're now going to have to call in your bank to get the card deactivated, to get a new card shipped to you. And while all this is going down, they could literally be spending those funds on your bank. And then now you have to literally say, like, that's not me, it's fraud for all of these. And if they can prove it's 100% fraud, and you get your refund, and let's say PlayStation at that point is like, oh, okay, we noticed the bank said that this was actually fraud, we'll get your account back. Oh, but you're going to be losing it, because now that we have to refund everything that this dude bought on the account, it's getting banned until you can pay for all this stuff. Have fun. That's literally how PlayStation acts. I don't think the owner should be hit for fraudulent activity. And this happened to my grandfather. Someone signed into his account and bought something. He asked for a refund, and because it was fraudulent, he literally went into his bank. This was fraud. I did not spend this money. I want a refund, and I want my money back. The bank contacted PlayStation. They found it to be fraud. So he did get his money back, but then PlayStation just turned around and was like, bye, have a good time, and literally banned his account. And it wouldn't be bad if it was just like, did you bought PlayStation Plus for $10? Because that $10 could easily just boop right back in. But no. This dude did not buy something for PlayStation Plus. He bought an actual game that was like $50-$60. So that was $50-$60. My grandfather would have had to literally hush money PlayStation to get his account unbanned. That's not right. I don't care what company you are. That's like literally putting the middle finger in your customer's face and just being like, sir, unless you pay me, I don't give a fuck. right? You're nothing to us. That's literally what PlayStation's kind of doing. And then, again, the security route is just not secure at all. And I mean, I have to play on PlayStation because I don't have a computer. But guess what, PlayStation? When my grandmother passes, which will be a very sad day for me, and I probably won't game for a while after that, but when she does, I'm getting the money where I can support myself more and a lot better. But I'm also going to be able to buy me a brand new car. I'm going to be able to buy me a computer. And I'm going to be able to just take a PlayStation and throw it in the trash where the goddamn system belongs because their company literally is trash. But as always, guys, I hope you guys like and enjoy the content. Smash the like, subscribe button below. So next time, stay awesome.